In this problem, we're told a bicycle with tires 68 centimeters in diameter travels 7.2 kilometers. How many revolutions do the wheels make? So we're gonna have this bicycle here, and what I'm gonna do is just start this off with one tire, and then I'll show you how it works in the end. But essentially, we have this tire here. So imagine this right here is our tire, and we know it's gonna have a diameter of 0.68 centimeters. So this diameter is gonna be, let's label the diameter, so 0.68 centimeters. But what we're going to want to do is just label the radius, because the diameter isn't going to be that helpful. We can just write that down though. So always write down your given. So the diameter is going to be 68 centimeters, my bad. So 68 centimeters. And so this distance is 68 centimeters, but we're going to want to write it as the radius. So we can say the radius is just cut this in half, right? Because the diameter is just 2 times the radius. So cut this in half, it's going to be 34 centimeters. So our tire, this distance right here is 34 centimeters. And so we know the total distance traveled. We can just write this as delta x. It's going to be equal to 7.2 kilometers. So this thing is going to travel 7.2 kilometers. But what we're going to want to do is convert these units into the same, right? Because we don't want to work with 2 different types of units. We just want them to convert them to the same. So we want both of them to be meters. So 7.2 km is just 7,200 meters, right? Because there's 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So just multiply by 1,000. And then 34 centimeters is going to be 0.34 meters because there's 100 centimeters per meter. So this is really 0.34 meters. So how do we want to find this? So the way I want you to think about this is if we can, we know the total distance, right? We know delta x, which is going to be 7,200 meters. And what we're going to want to do is divide this by the length of each tire, right? Because I want you to think about this as a straight line. So imagine this is 7.2 kilometers, okay? Or 7,200 meters. And if we want to find the number of revs, so the number of times this tire turns around, right, from start to finish. And so if we can find that distance, and let's say each of these are that distance, right? So imagine each of these are this distance, or is the distance that this tire is going to turn. So it's going to like turn at each of these. And so essentially, if we can find that distance and we divide it, it's going to give us the number of revolutions. So essentially what we want to do is find the distance or the perimeter of our tire here. So we know the perimeter of a circle is just 2 pi r, right? So 2 times pi times the radius. And that's going to give us the length of this, or the perimeter of this circle or tire here. And so if we go ahead and do that, 2 pi r, so 2 times pi, and then multiply that by r. R is going to be 0.34. If you go ahead and do that, so this is 0.34, you're going to get that the perimeter is equal to 2.1363. So this is going to be meters, right? So this is going to be the perimeter, right? So if this is how long it has to travel to do 1 revolution, if we take the total distance and then divide it by this, right? So this is just the perimeter. So take the total distance divided by the perimeter of your circle. So 7,200 meters divided by 2. Oh, I wrote this wrong. Sorry. 2.1363. So this right here is just going to give us the number of revolutions. So just plug this in your calculator, 7,200. Divide this by the number you just got. You're going to get 3,370.34. And so this is going to be the number of revolutions, right? So you can round this if you want, just say 3,400 revolutions, whatever your teacher wants you to do, right? So all we did was take the total distance traveled and divide it by the perimeter of each tire, because that's the distance it takes to run 1 revolution. So yeah, this right here is going to be your answer, and hopefully you found this useful.